Greetings, stranger. Welcome to yet another review related to Diablo 3. As Diablo 3 turns 2 years old, I'm going to be reviewing its highly anticipated Harbinger of Death, the expansion Reaper of Souls. As a lot of you may remember, there's a lot of headaches with Diablo 3's initial launch. A lot of you were disappointed with its overall replayability, the lack of gear hunting thrill, linear gameplay, and really not living up to the hype that was set forth by its predecessor, Diablo 2. Today I'm going to talk about a lot of the pluses and minuses of the expansion, how it compares and improves the previous vanilla release, and whether you should get this game. So today we'll find all this out in my review for Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls. So first let's start with the good things about the game. First, the auction house is closed, which if you actually have seen my previous review for Diablo 3, the auction house was probably the biggest con we gave the game, because it really removed the fun of Diablo, of finding that piece of gear. So that being closed has completely changed the game. It is much better, especially with their new loot drop system. All the gear you find are specifically designed for your class. You don't get a ton of junk gear. Well, you still get some junk gear, but you can salvage your old gear or all that other junk and use it to make items that you do find better through the artisan. And you can also transmogrify gear to make that really badass looking piece that, well, isn't so great. You can use that to make a better piece of gear look awesome. Act 5 is much bigger. It's got a more Diablo 2 feel. There's a lot more events and areas to explore. The previous acts from the vanilla release were very linear. They've kind of they've heard fans on that, and I think that the new act feels a lot more like Diablo 2, and you'll be overall impressed with it if you thought that the previous acts were very bland. Adventure mode, which is the new mode that they've added to the expansion, it allows you to do boss runs, which bosses themselves are much tougher, and they actually drop good loot. So if you were a fan of boss runs in Diablo 2, you'll be happy to know that that is all back in adventure mode. And you can also do that through campaign as well. Crusader is the new class. I was thoroughly impressed with this. I didn't know how it was going to be. It's kind of like their revamp of the Paladin. But the Crusader himself has a lot of really good blend of skills. You have, you know, your range skills, your defensive skills, and your just badass, awesome beatdown skills. Very impressed with this class. I'm not going to go too much into it, but if you did like the Paladin, you'll be happy with the Crusader. I can say that confidently. The cons, if you did not like Diablo 3's initial launch, you may still not like this game. Saying that, if you, I guess put it in different words, if you didn't like Diablo 3 and it was such a letdown, I don't know if the new expansion is going to completely save that. However, it is a remarkable improvement to the game. I like that they have clans now. They did things that were overall improving the game. So it might be worth it. If you enjoyed Diablo 3 but you thought that you just didn't like that there was no gear hunting, or you just got tired of it after a while, Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls might be something you'd want to, invest into. Adventure mode, it's great, but it does start to get a little repetitive after a while, and there wasn't a whole big boost to the community. They introduced clans, but I liked how in Diablo 2 you could select specific games and join them based on what people were, doing. Like if someone could make a game dedicated solely to brawling or solely to boss runs or whatever. And I felt that them removing that took a big part of the community. Because I mean, in Diablo 3 even with Reaper of Souls, when I was leveling from 60 to 70, when I opened a game to the public to play with people, there was no one. People are completely divided because some people want to only play on Torment 6, or some people only want to play on Torment 1 or whatever, and I just couldn't find anybody. So unless my friends were joining, didn't really see. So I just think that there wasn't a huge boost to the community, and that was a little bit of a disappointment. PvP, nothing on PvP. It was a shot in the dark. I kind of hoped that they would put something out there, but they didn't. So all in all, I think it was an excellent improvement. However, probably I wouldn't advise buying it if you just really hated Diablo 3. So, I give it a solid 4 out of 5. My previous review for Diablo 3, we gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I'm glad to say that Reaper of Souls has boosted it up into the B range. It is definitely a solid game, worth picking up if you like Diablo 3. Okay, well that's my review for Diablo 3 Reaper Souls. Tried to keep it short, simple, and to the point, and I hope to see you guys on Battle.net. Oh, thanks for watching, all that good stuff.